Contestants, take your positions. Round 1 is a general knowledge round. Earlier, you tossed a coin to see who should go first, and David, you lost, so you'll answer the first question. Your clock will start to count down now. Harry Rabbit Angstrom is the main character in a series of novels by what American writer?
Pass.
John Updike. What chemical element is often added to table salt to prevent thyroid problems? Correct. Ogie, what mythological character's name is also the name of Pluto's largest moon?
Charon.
Correct. David, the 1990 Tony Award winner for Best Play, was an adaptation of what John Steinbeck novel?
Grapes of Wrath.
Correct. Ogie, what type of puppet is manipulated from above by attached strings or wires? Correct. David, The Simpsons originally aired as an animated short on what Fox television show? Correct. Ogie, what well-known oath was written by the Baptist minister Francis Bellamy in 1892?
Pledge of Allegiance.
Correct. David, what type of heel is named after an Italian weapon?
Pass.
Stiletto. What number is printed on the backs of bottles of Rolling Rock beer?
33.
Correct. Ogie, the Baha'i faith was founded in the 19th century in what country?
Iran.
Correct. David, in 2006, whom did Joshua Bolton replace as George Bush's chief of staff?
Switch. Switch back. Pass.
Andrew Card. David, in what Indian city would you find the mausoleum known as the Taj Mahal?
Agra.
Correct. Ogie, what Latin American dictator was ousted by U.S. troops in 1990 as part of Operation Just Correct? David, what Canadian singer had a hit song in 2006 about a bad day?
Powder.
Correct. Ogie, what founding father published the periodical Poor Richard's Almanack?
Benjamin Franklin.
Correct. David, the childhood disease varicella is better known by what name?
Pass.
Chickenpox. The Jurassic period. Final answer is Mesozoic. David, you're out of time. Ogie, you keep 28.83 seconds to take through to the final round. Round 2 is the numbers and logic round. You both have 2 switches left to use. Ogie, you'll be going first in this round. Your clock will begin to count down now. Answering in Roman numerals, what is XVII minus XII?
V.
Correct. David, what is 3/5 of 95?
Pass.
57. How many dimes are the monetary equivalent of 16 nickels?
8.
Correct. Ogie, what is 2 raised to the 6th power?
64.
Correct. David, working in rows, what is the missing number in the box below?
8.
3. If a car is traveling 50 miles per hour, how long will it take to drive 275 miles?
5.5 hours.
Correct. Ogie, which of these numbers is not a multiple of 12?
98.
Correct. David, what is 11.9 minus 5.2 plus 6.3?
13.
Correct. Ogie, what is the perimeter of a trapezoid with sides of 2, 4, 7, and 9
22.
centimeters long? Correct. David, how many nickels equal $3.70?
74.
Correct. Ogie, what unit of area equals 4,840 square yards? Correct. David, what is 1/4 of 464?
118.
116. David, if Art buys 2 dozen eggs at a farm and uses 25% of them to make an omelet, how many eggs will he have left? David, you're out of time. Ogie, you keep 32.73 seconds to take through to the final round.
Getting it handed to me a little bit right now, but sometimes the breaks don't go your way. We'll see what we can do in the second half to close the gap. Words and letters isn't always my strongest round, but I haven't done poorly in that round either, so hopefully we can pick up some time there. I'm particularly pleased with the math round because he's a nuclear physicist, and so I know he thought he was going to shut me down in the math, and instead I pretty much burned him out. And physicists always think they're better than anybody at math, so for all the computational neuroscientists, I think this was a real moment of glory. I haven't missed a question yet, and so obviously I feel really good about that. I'm definitely very tired, and I'm starting to feel it. He caught me napping completely on the Bolton Andrew Card question. I actually knew the answer. I knew that, I just didn't hear the question. I was completely not paying attention when he hit me with that switch, so he just completely caught me napping on that one. Well, I thought he was cocky coming into it, especially, I heard him beforehand. I thought he was pretty cocky about the math, so I thought if I could get him a little riled up about the math, and it definitely worked, because he definitely, I could see him getting nervous and more uncomfortable, and he just started falling apart towards the end of the math round, so I was really hoping for that kind of outcome.
Round 3 is the words and letters round. David has 1 switch, Ogie has 2 switches left to use. David, you'll go first in this round. Your clock will begin to count down now. What composer's name is hidden in this phrase?
Vivaldi.
Correct. Ogie, spell matinee.
M-A-T-I-N-E-E.
Correct. David, what six-letter word connects ring to mind?
Pass.
Master. What former U.S. vice president's name is an anagram of equal Andy?
Pass.
Dan Quayle. Separate the two countries in this scramble.
Pass.
Canada and Mexico. Which U.S. state is hidden in this phrase?
Ohio.
Correct. Ogie, add letters to this puzzle to get the title of what 1992 Best Picture Academy Award-winning film?
The Silence of the Lambs.
Correct. David, spell insomnia.
I-N-S-O-M-N-I-A.
Correct. Ogie, separate the two toast toppings in this scramble.
Pass.
Butter and margarine. The name of what butt-kicking angelic actress's name is an anagram of crazed AMINO?
Pass.
Cameron Diaz. Viewing the alphabet as a continuum, what letter comes 10 after V?
F.
Correct. David, of AA, BA, and CA, which pair is not an acceptable word in the U.S. version of Scrabble?
B-A.
CA. What popular hard rock band is an anagram of Beck in Lack?
Switch.
Switchback.
Pass.
Nickelback. David, what African country is hidden in this phrase? The correct answer to the final question is Ghana. David, you're out of time. You lose round 3. Ogie, you take 23.2 seconds to the final round. Contestants, this is the final round. David, you kept no time from earlier rounds. That means you have a total of 1 minute on your clock. Ogie, you kept 1 minute, 24.76 seconds. You will have 2 minutes, 24.76 seconds on your clock. Both contestants receive an additional switch, which means David has 1 switch, Ogie has 2 switches. Ogie, you'll go first in this round. Your clock will begin to count down now. The title of what 1882 drama by French playwright Victorien Sardou lends its name to a style of soft felt hat?
Beret.
Fedora. Ogie, the name of what New York City borough comes from an Old Dutch word meaning broken land?
Brooklyn.
Correct. David, in 1521, Spanish explorer Hernando Cortez toppled what Native American empire?
Aztecs.
Correct. Ogie, before becoming a superstar, Jennifer Lopez was a background dancer on what 90s TV series?
Living Color.
Correct. David, spell aphorism.
Pass.
A-P-H-O-R-I-S-M. David, in 2001, Napster settled copyright infringement suits with Dr. Dre and what popular band?
Anthrax.
Metallica. What candy bar was named after a wildly popular style of dance in the 1920s?
Charleston. Chew.
Correct. Ogie, what is 108 divided by 18?
6.
Correct. David, what American writer of the Devil's Dictionary disappeared without a trace while traveling in Mexico?
Pierce.
Correct. Ogie, all Johns are nice. A man whose name you don't know is nice. True or false? His name must be John.
True.
False. While they were on a date, what film critic convinced Oprah Winfrey to host her own syndicated TV show?
Switch.
Switchback.
Switchback.
Pass.
Roger Ebert. David, how many total vowels are there in the word ridiculous?
6.
5. What 6-letter word links conventional to teeth?
Pass.
Wisdom. Which of these numbers is a multiple of 17?
91.
85. In 1985's Back to the Future, how fast does Marty need to
88.
drive the DeLorean? Correct. Ogie, if George W. Bush made 3 cookies each for 50% of his daughters, how many total cookies would he make?
3.
Correct. David, what C is another word for spittoon? The final answer, cuspidor. David, you're out of time. Ogie, you're tonight's Grand Slam winner.
Well, congratulations, Ogie Ogas, who becomes our first finalist on Grand Slam.